Are you struggling to get TV reception in your caravan? We have been for a couple of years. In this video, I'm going to show you how we've gone about upgrading our TV antenna for near perfect reception. Stay tuned and we'll get into this and I'll show you how I've gone about it. When you get to your campsite, set up your TV, you do a scan on the TV. Antenna's up on the roof, only to find 0 channels and no signal. What are we going to do here? Check all the cables, make sure the booster's powered on, scratch your head a bit, only to find no signal. Or if you do find a bit of signal, it's like this. Very poor quality, you can't even watch the weather or a game of footy. Just when your favourite show comes on, you get this. It's annoying as hell, isn't it? Well, we're going to try something different now, and we're going to replace the old wine guard antenna that's on the roof that most of these older model vans used to come standard with, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the new ones still do. Nothing wrong with the antenna, but we just cannot get it to work. And if we do, we've been in some situations where you'll face the antenna one way and you might get a couple of channels, but you can't get anything of the 10s, the 9s, so you turn the antenna a little bit this way and all of a sudden you get the other channels. So it doesn't work between the two, with the horizontal or the vertical and the horizontal plane of how TV signal works in Australia. We just cannot get decent TV reception, and it's frustrating. It drives us mad. Just cannot get reception, and we usually always end up going back, pulling a DVD out of the cupboard, sitting there and watching the same DVD over and over again. But that's not the point. In this day and age, and now that we've got Starlink, we can stream just about anything from anywhere, and using the apps on your phones for your other streaming services, so you always get to watch TV or movies, whatever you like to watch of a night time. But the issue we have is sometimes you like to watch the news, especially when you're out in those little local country towns, and you'll get the news from Sydney. We don't want to hear the news from Sydney when we're out at Warwick. You want to hear the local news and what's going on. We have got the solution. We'll get it up there and we'll show you how we're going to go about fixing this. So hopefully we will be able to get TV reception from just about anywhere. Yeah, there's still going to be those black spots where you just cannot get it, but this has got to be a major improvement. So we're going to install this new product, and fingers crossed it's going to work a lot better than the old wine guard up on the roof. Now we have purchased the vantenna from Cowfish Technologies. Not supplied, we purchased this ourselves. Show you what's in the box. You do get the antenna itself, which is the Gen 2. So it's a bit bigger than the old one, the Gen 1, I believe. I've never used this type of antenna before. I have got the new wall plate because I'm suspecting there's either an issue with the antenna, which I have replaced the wine guard already. I haven't replaced this up here with your booster switch and everything. I've replaced cables. I haven't replaced the cable that runs up through the roof and up into the aerial. That's going to be part of this little mission as well, to try and run a new cable up through there. It shouldn't be too hard, as there's a void in the ceiling. And in this kit, it also comes with brand new cable, so there we go. Run that, even though that's a bit long, I'll be able to trim it and reconnect to shorten it up. So that means getting up in this cupboard here, removing the back off of that control panel, finding which cable runs up through the ceiling to get that up and through the base. We're going to remove all the old wine guard system and the swivel up on the roof. So all of this is going to come off. We'll be left with a hole in the ceiling. Going to sit the new vantenna over the hole and seal it all up. Run new cable, new control plate, and hopefully we can get TV reception from just about anywhere. Now the beauty of this antenna, have a look at it. It is a little bit big and bulky, but I'm not too worried about that. It is the same height roughly as the air conditioner up on your roof. So height wise it's not going to be an issue. It's not going to increase your height. It does come with all the mounting screws and everything that you need to install it. There's not much weight to it. It's only a couple of kilos. We've got Model A, which brings the wiring out through the bottom. So you've got your TV cable, and it also comes with your radio antenna. So you can connect your radio up to that, which you probably will do in the future. That's Model A. Model B will come with just a plug on the outside, so you can remove your antenna up on the roof and just connect your coax cable straight to this, screw it all down. But up on our roof I do want to install another solar panel, so installing This here, the cowfish vantenna, is going to give us all that room that we need to install an extra solar panel, or maybe two in the future. It just gives you that option, not having the wine guard laying back down, taking up all that space on your roof where you could be putting another panel. It's a totally new technology in this antenna. It doesn't just work on the one plane, horizontal or vertical. It works in both planes, the same as your wine guard, horizontal, vertical, but it picks up signal from 360 degrees. So you might have a TV tower sitting over here. It's going to pick up some signal from that TV tower. You might have another one over here, and it picks all those up at the same time. Like I was saying before, we'd have to spin the wine guard antenna if we wanted to get channel 7 one way and channel 10 the other way. We'd have to spin it to get the signal from different towers. With this, it'll pick up that signal from 360 degrees. So wherever you're parked, you can get there, set your van up. You don't have to wind the antenna up. Just tune your TV in once it's all connected, and this will pick up whatever signal you've got from 360 degrees around the antenna. I reckon that's going to be a great thing and a massive improvement on the old wine guard. When it's frustrating there, you're fiddling, trying to get it in just the right spot, and then no, back a bit. It's just not good enough. Old school technology versus the cowfish vantenna. So we'll get up on the roof. It's going to take a little bit of work to remove all the old stuff. Lots of silicone and sealants up there and adhesives and whatever, however it's screwed to the roof. We'll get all that off. I'll show you how we go once we come to getting the new vantenna installed. It's up on the roof, the old wine guard. Even though it's only less than 12 months old and we can't get any signal with it, the old original base. So what we've got to do, all of that has got to come off. Remove the old cable, remove the old aerial, and that'll leave us with a hole in the roof, or two holes in the roof, and then the new one is just going to sit straight over that and leave us all that room for one solar panel, maybe even a second one across the front in the future. But it frees up all that roof space to get more solar charging your batteries. So we'll get into this. It's going to be fun removing all this old silicone sealer stuff. We'll get all that off, get the new cowfish vantenna mounted in place. First off, you've got to remove the handle and the winding mechanism from inside, which is fairly easy. Undo the Allen screw, a couple of screws to remove the plastic mounting point, and there you go. That's all there is to the inside. Outside, remove the antenna. It's only a pin. Cut around the outside, remove all the screws, and keep working your way in with a Stanley knife and a chisel is what I did. Well, there we go. Got that bit off. So that's what's inside your wine guard. All the swivel up on top, the mounting point and the hinge where it goes up and down. So now we just need to clean all this up, get rid of all that old silicone. Now we've got everything removed from the top. You can see one cable, but the one that goes through the roof was a white cable. So you can see in here where all these cables come to, that's the back of the control plate where you power up your booster or your amplifier up on your aerial. So it does have power to it, but because we've got so many different cables here, we've got your power coming in, got a black one, a white one and a grey one. Now up in that hole I can see a thin grey one, but the one that the antenna was connected to was a thick white one. Now there is an external TV aerial point on that passenger side of the Caravan which connects to one of these. So when we install that new control plate, we need to make sure that they're all wired up in the right spot. Well, after a bit of head scratching trying to work out where these wires go, have a go at this. This could be a lot of the reason why we haven't been able to get decent TV reception. A bodgy join. So that white cable is the one that's gone up onto the roof. It's got a joiner in there. It looks like it's done properly, but it could be affecting our reception. We've got the grey cable that comes in there. That's the one that goes up to your antenna. White one feeds in from your aerial input from the van. If you're parked up at a caravan park, and you can plug into some power boxes for your aerial. And the black one runs out to the optional TV point, external TV point on the under your awning. I couldn't believe that. I was wondering why I couldn't pull that wire back through, and that is it. So we'll unwrap that and see if it's any good. We may not have to run new cable through, because it is very tight up in the top of that cupboard trying to pull a new cable through. We'll be able to do it, and I'm up for a challenge. At least then we know it's 100% right, a new cable, quality cable all the way. Alright, we got it all cleaned up and ready to go. I've set it on there. So the cables come out underneath. F-type connector and your AM/FM cable, but I'm not going to connect that for the time being. So we're going to run some good silicon around there, or not silicon. Use my old favourite Sikaflex Pro that I use for everything, which is a polyurethane, UV resistant. So you don't want any leaks or anything, because I'm not actually going to seal that hole up. I will seal the old one where the cable come through, the old coax. I'm just going to run a good bead around there and a good bead all the way around the outside, and then screw it down, and that should be sealed up. I've already measured out for a solar panel. So the vantenna is going to come to there. Solar panel will come to there, same as what we got on the other side, another 160 watt, and that'll fit straight in there and fill it up just perfect. So we'll get this all siliconed and screwed it on, and then we'll be back in the inside of the van with the air conditioning going. Fill those old screw holes up so that nothing's ever going to leak. You got no chance of getting water into your Caravan, because if it gets in at the top, sooner or later it's going to find its way down to the bottom, especially if you got a timber frame. You're in big trouble. And we'll run a good bead all the way around there. There should be no need to ever take this antenna off, but if we do, we can. So that's sealed up. You ain't going to get any water once that's sitting on there, squashed down. No water will be able to get in there, because you need to be able to work on those cables once they're poking through the hole. Then it's a good bead right around the top, around the edge I mean. So as well as the screws, this stuff acts like a bit of a adhesive as well, so that'll help to stick it on. And if you do need to remove it, it's easy enough to get a knife underneath this edge bead. Now, because on the Jayco it's pretty flimsy, all this fiberglass sheet they put over the top, but you have got a good 20mm thickness of ply there, so we're going to screw straight to that ply. Now we'll sit that on there. It's not that heavy, you can hold it with your fingertips, so there's no extra weight really going on your roof with the weight of all that wine guard antenna. Make sure that's all sitting in there nice. Yep. Cowfish logo to the front. Sit that on there. And that is exactly where we want it to go. Get some screws in there. If you can see that little bit at the back, if you bought the Model B type, that's where your connector would come out. So you'd have to position this somewhere where your cable coming up to your wine guard or whatever type of old existing antenna you got, so that it'll come up and be able to screw straight into that point, not out the center. The beauty of this, having that 360-degree rotation of where it gets the signal from, should work a lot better. Let's get some screws in. Decent stainless steel, very solid screws. Now, maybe should have pre-drilled these, but we'll see how we go. There we go. No need to pre-drill, that's straight in, and that ain't going nowhere. And then just going to run a really good bead all the way around the outside. And a bit over the screws. With it all screwed down nice and secure, it was time to make sure everything was 100% sealed up. You definitely don't want any water getting into your caravan, especially in the roof. Big dramas down the track if you do. Time to head back inside. Cables here, we've got the AM, FM, you've got your male F-type, you've got your female F-type, and that grey cable comes from out of the cupboard there. The black one is your outside TV point, the white one is your TV in from a caravan park and your power connection. So the easiest way was to connect those together, gently poke them back up into that ceiling void, and then you're left with a hole in the roof. The solution here is a smoke alarm. Perfect solution for hiding that hole, and doubles your safety as well, having 2 smoke alarms in your caravan into the cupboard to connect everything up. Making sure that they go on the right points, keeping in mind that the cowfish wall plate is different to the old Winegard one and they connect in different positions. With it all complete, it was time to test it. Power's on. See how we go. Well, that's it, everything's installed, the cables are run. Now with everything connected and that grey wire that was tucked in up behind the smoke alarm and runs through into the cupboard, that's wedged in there somewhere, and I had no chance of pulling another cable through. So I did have a technician test that cable for me and made sure it was 100% right. So that cable is still in the roof. I did not run a new cable through the ceiling. So now the big test, the real life test, and just see if we have improved our reception. We'll give this a scan and see how we go. We were getting 0 channels. Oh, look at that, we've got 9 channels already and it's just started scanning. Well, that's a big win straight up off the bat. The old one, we could scan maybe 2 or 3 channels here and they were always a fuzzy picture because we're in a bit of a black spot. Even the TV technician, antenna man, said that. It's hard to get decent TV signal where we're parked here, but we haven't been able to get signal anywhere where we've been out camping. And sometimes in line of sight of the towers in Brisbane, the transmission towers. So this is a massive improvement straight up. Let's just see how the picture quality is. Well, look at that. That would be the best TV picture through an antenna that we have ever had. The cowfish vantenna, guys, that has done the trick. So there you go. I hope this has helped you out, and I hope you got a bit of information on it. If you're having TV trouble yourself, hopefully you can improve your reception and get it as good as ours with the cowfish vantenna. Now we are partnered with them, and we do have a discount code if you want to have a look at them yourself and possibly make that small investment to get one for yourself and improve your reception. Use the discount code BRANDYSCAPE, and that'll help you out with a discount when you make your purchase at Cowfish Technologies. Sorry guys, I had to turn that noisy TV off. I'm not used to that blaring when we haven't got reception, but now it works spot on. Thanks very much for watching. Like I said, hopefully you got a bit of useful information out of it. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and have a look through our other videos. There's lots of how-tos and tips and tricks in amongst all the other videos. There's nearly 50, or this will be number 50. So have a look through those, and hopefully you find a bit of other information out of there and some good campsites to go and check out for yourself. But we'll catch you up very soon, out on the road at the next campsite. Don't be afraid to say hello if you see us out there. We'll catch you up on the next Brandyscape adventure. Stay safe guys, take care. Be sure to check out these other videos popping up on the screen now. Lots of great campsites, lots of our adventures, and a few tips and tricks and maintenance on how to make your caravan and life a lot easier and better.